Welcome to Spurs Focus, your go-to spot for daily Tottenham news, transfers, and match updates. Don't forget to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button now. Let's dive into today's top story. After over 3 months as a free agent, Sergio Reguilón has agreed to a 3-year deal with Inter Miami. The former Real Madrid and Tottenham left-back will replace Jordi Alba, who recently retired and is set to join forces with stars like Lionel Messi and Rodrigo de Paul. Reguilón turned down several offers, including a lucrative one from Iran, before choosing the MLS side. His career had stalled at Spurs, with brief spells at Brentford and limited appearances last season. Now he's looking for a fresh start in Miami as the team prepares for a new era. Sergio Reguilón has finally found a new club over 3 months on from his Tottenham exit. The former Real Madrid and Manchester United fullback is set to sign a 3-year contract with Inter Miami after reaching a verbal agreement with the MLS side. Reguilón looks poised to replace Jordi Alba, who announced his retirement from football earlier this week. Javier Mascherano's men finished third in the Eastern Conference as they prepare to depart Chase Stadium for the Miami Freedom Park Stadium. They will have fresh blood amongst their ranks next term, as Reguilón looks set to team up with the likes of Lionel Messi and Rodrigo de Paul. Luis Suarez is also set to make a decision over his future, as Sergio Busquets is following Alba into retirement too. Reguilón has endured a notable wait to find a new club since quitting Spurs at the end of last season. It's understood he has rejected a raft of offers since becoming a free agent, including a lucrative proposal from Iranian side Persepolis. The Spain international joined Tottenham from Real Madrid in the summer of 2020, following Gareth Bale loan to N17, where they would join forces with boss Jose Mourinho. Reguilón would also enjoy a 6-month loan spell with Brentford in January 2024, where he worked under Thomas Frank, before returning back to his parent club Spurs. The Dane was incredibly complimentary about the defender during his short stint in West London, declaring, after the player's arrival, "Sergio is a perfect fit for us, a proven Premier League player in every aspect. He fits what we want. He's very offensive, has a very good cross and a very good left foot. He's got the experience we need to complement the rest of the squad, and he's a good character. We need him, but I also think he needs us to show how good a footballer he is. I'm convinced that this will be a positive partnership." Reguilón's career in North London began to nosedive in the summer of 2022 when Antonio Conte left him behind for the club's pre-season tour of South Korea. He was handed a brief lifeline last season, however, by Ange Postecoglou. While he wasn't part of the team's historic Europa League campaign, he made 4 appearances in the Premier League, plus 1 in the FA Cup and EFL Cup. Back in December, Reguilón appeared to mock himself after entering the pitch in the closing stages of Spurs' dramatic 4-3 Carabao Cup win over Manchester United. He wrote on Instagram after the game, "Look mum, I played a football game yesterday, despite only playing around 1 minute. Not all of Tottenham's players have jetted off on their international duties this fortnight, and 6 of them will get some special attention from Thomas Frank. Spurs have had 16 players called up for senior international duty in Jed Spence for England, Mickey van der Ven and Xavi Simons for the Netherlands, Ben Davies and Brennan Johnson for Wales, Guglielmo Vicario and Destiny Udogie for Italy, Christian Romero for Argentina, Mohamed Kudus for Ghana, Pedro Porro for Spain, Lucas Bergvall for Sweden, João Palhinha for Portugal, Richarlison for Brazil, Pape Matar Sarr for Senegal, and Yves Bissouma is back from a knee injury to be included in Mali's squad. There have also been a trio of U21 call-ups, with Archie Gray heading with England and Mathys Tel and Wilson Odobert travelling for French duty. So who's left? There will be a small core of players who will be getting plenty of attention during sessions with Frank, Matt Wells, Justin Cochrane and the rest of the coaching staff, including Cameron Campbell, the first team individual development coach, around some days off for all concerned. Those remaining at Hotspur Way are forwards Randall Kolo Muani and Dane Scarlett, who has been playing in recent games for the U21s, centre-backs Radu Dragusin and Kota Takai, as well as goalkeepers Antonin Kinksey and Brandon Austin. As well as doing individual work, Those 6 players remaining at the Enfield training complex could be involved in sessions alongside the development squad and U18 players not on international youth duty. Wani will be doing plenty of fitness work to get his sharpness up after 3 months with very little football and a dead leg picked up last month following a training ground collision with Saar. For Dragusin and Takai, it is about increasing their strength after ACL and plantar fascia injuries respectively. Dominic Solanke is out after having minor surgery on his ankle, but will be around Hotspur Way doing rehabilitation work and hoping to join in soon with training sessions. Out with longer-term injuries are Dejan Kulusevski and James Maddison, with their knee and ACL injuries respectively. It was another week of goals and some frustration for Tottenham, players out on loan across England, Scotland, various countries in Europe, and even South America. Spurs have sent 13 players out on loan to leagues across England, Scotland, Germany, Spain and South America, with some getting goals, some simply getting the game time they needed, and others struggling for all of the above. The North London club's head coach Thomas Frank will be receiving reports on all of their progress, as he and the club look to decide which ones will be part of its future and which will move on to new challenges. Hamburg fans are saying it's no coincidence that their club's fortunes have improved since Luka Vuskovic came into their team. He might only be 18, but the Croatian was everywhere in the 4-0 home win against Mainz on Sunday. Since the teenager's tough debut against Bayern, Hamburg are unbeaten with 2 wins and a draw, featuring 2 clean sheets in the past 2 matches. The Spurs youngster has been named the Bundesliga Rookie of the Month for September. Last week in the 0-0 draw at Union Berlin, Vuskovic became the first player in over 5 seasons to win 18 aerial duels during a match in Europe's major 5 leagues, as he won 18 of the 20 duels he contested in the air. Against Mainz, Vuskovic has 62 touches of the ball in his 90-minute showing and could be seen celebrating some of the big tackles he made. German media outlet Bild reported last week that Vuskovic is still studying for his school qualifications through online learning and learning German and Italian to complement his English and Croatian language skills. Former Spurs boss Martin Jol told Football.London last month, "Christian Romero is a good, decent defender, but I will tell you one thing, the guy they sent to Hamburg now, Luka Vuskovic, will be better. Yang Min Hyuk has come alive at Portsmouth with back-to-back excellent goals, this time to help Portsmouth beat Middlesbrough 1-0 on Saturday." The South Korean winger caught a shot perfectly on the run on the edge of the Boro box at the weekend, and his strike proved too hot to handle for the goalkeeper, and the 23rd minute effort ended up as the winning strike. It followed Yang's fine half volley in the 2-2 draw with Watford in midweek, and comes after a run of 3 straight starts for Pompey in the Championship. Portsmouth News gave Yang a 7. With the review, Yang was full of energy on the left wing and willing to work hard when Portsmouth didn't have the ball. There was barely anything in between these teams, with chances few and far between, so Yang can feel he is heavily responsible for this huge result. His performances have allowed Portsmouth to miss injured Josh Murphy just a little less. The 19-year-old has now played 238 minutes in the league, as well as 90 minutes at Fratton Park against Reading in the Carabao Cup last month. Manor Solomon missed out on a big match in La Liga as he remained unused on the bench as Villarreal lost 3-1 at Real Madrid on Saturday night. After a promising start to life in Spain, the 26-year-old missed the Champions League match against Juventus as it fell on the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur. Solomon had been building up his fitness after injury, wiped out his pre-season, and his recent performances from the bench earned him a start against Athletic Club last weekend. But this time around, he watched on from the bench, unused. Moore and Tottenham will be waiting to see how things play out with Martin's successor at Rangers. Alejo Vélez was not able to make it 3 games in a row with a goal for Rosario, but he still made a big contribution with a 90-minute showing in the 2-1 home win against River Plate on Sunday night. The 22-year-old striker is relishing his return to Argentina and his old club. After a couple of unsuccessful loan spells in Spain, Vélez has scored 3 goals in 10 matches for Rosario with 821 minutes to his name. Alfie Devine picked up an assist on Saturday after coming off the bench to help Preston win 2-0 at Charlton in the Championship. Just 4 minutes after coming into the game, Devine burst down the left and waited for the perfect time to pick out Daniel Jebbison to slide home North End's second goal of the game. The 21-year-old's cameo earned him a 7 in the Lancashire Post's player ratings, with the words "made an impact" off the bench with his assist for Jebbison. The midfielder now has 2 goals and 2 assists from his 8 Championships matches so far this season. Will Lanks here got 57 minutes under his belt during Oxford's 2-1 defeat at Watford in the Championship. It has been a tough season so far for United, who sit 22nd the table with just 1 win from their 9 matches, and the 20-year-old Spurs striker has at least managed 3 goals in those games. Lanks here will be hoping to get back on the goal trail in Saturday's Championship match against Derby County.